Alright, so another day, another shiny hunt. Yeah, let's just get at it. Oh, this reminds me. I need to bring up my calculator on my laptop so that way I can have that ready to keep track of my sets. What does that mean, man? Alright. I should probably move that. That'll do. Okay. Oh! That's what I needed to do. I knew I was forgetting something. Minimize everything. Didn't bring up my, counter program. Alright, cool. Seems like that works. Just make sure the down works too. Yeah, okay, we're good. But yeah, I got the, I think this was on the Forza stream, the second one, but I got the, music working. It seems to be working properly. And I have my, the, like, little pop-up things for this stream. I have those moved to a different spot as well, just so that way they don't block the HP. Not that it really matters, but it fits like nicely in that slot between the HP bar and the ball selection and whatnot. Oh, hey, I need to change what game I'm playing. Hold on. Forgot to do that. Okay, yeah, helps if I'm not in the directory for Forza Horizon 5. I changed that about half a second too late for the bot thing to work, but oh well. Come on. So yeah, hopefully about 3 hours for this stream. I'm not doing another 6-hour stream tonight. If only because I started about 3 hours too late to do that. Not stream until 3 in the morning, surprisingly enough. But that should be good. We should knock out another, I think 207 is about what I've been doing every stream. I think it's been exactly 207 every stream, actually. Which I think is a good number. I actually probably would have started a little bit earlier today, but when I was leaving deliveries and stuff, I was driving over to the gas station, and I still had the app open, just be like, yeah, you know, maybe we'll get something. Probably not, but if there's anything exceptionally good that pops up, then we'll take that. And then something good popped up, so oh well. I don't know why I'm saying oh well, like it's a bad thing. I gotta make more money, but also, speaking of money, I still need to pre-order one of the new games, new Pokemon games. I'll probably do that tonight while I'm uploading this video to YouTube. What's the bonus? What do you mean? For pre-ordering? Oh, I think it's like 12 quick balls or something like that. There's not really like a good pre-order bonus because Pokemon, but Well, if you buy the double pack, you get like a free 200 Pokeballs, but I'm not doing that. The big thing is I just want to start preloading the game. Because even if it's only a few gigs, I don't want to be waiting on a few gigs to download to start my stream on, I think, a week from now exactly, actually. I think it's on the 18th. And it'll probably go live probably the same time Forza Horizon did, just, you know, not on a Monday. I should probably look up to see if they've said anywhere what, like, the times are going to be for when, like, the game actually goes live. God damn, my foot is doing this thing where it's cramping up, but it's not cramping up in, like, the arch of it. It's cramping up in, like, where the knuckle of it kind of is, if that makes sense. It's like, it's done this every once in a while over the last couple of months. And it hurts like hell, because there's nothing you can do to, like, even, like, really stretch it, just because of where it is. Did I need to do that one? I think that was one too many, actually. But I think it'll actually work out when I do another one here. A second, I actually forgot to turn on streamer mode on Discord. And then I actually need to send a message. Alright, whoops. Alright. So yeah, for whatever reason, the viewer count on my like Twitch dashboard of my laptop isn't like showing the correct number, or it is and Twitch just isn't tracking it properly. Yeah, that's a pretty good drop in Forza there, me man. So with the Forza Edition cars, they have just like some sort of bonus. I didn't even see if it said it on that. Hold on. Yeah, so just destruction skill. So basically, if you like drive through stuff, you get slightly more points for it. Yeah, the reason why I wanted you to reload is that when we did the Forza stream, the view count showed 1 for the entire stream, or like the current number of viewers, I should say. And then when you like things bugged out on your end and you had to reload it, then it jumped up to 2. Which is what it should say, because I have it up on my end and then also with you watching it, so it should be 2 viewers. I wonder... Let me try reloading the stream manager. I wonder if maybe that's what's doing it, is because I opened the stream manager before the stream starts, maybe? I don't know. See, what's weird about that is that it said, so when Stream Elements sent me, like, the stream summary stuff, it showed it exactly, like, the point where, it bugged out and you had to reload, and then, like, after that point, it said 2 the entire time. There we go, okay, so that's what it... Huh. Wonder what caused it to, do that, but yeah, so I just have to remember to, load the stream, or load my stream manager after I start the stream. The reason why that matters is if I ever want to try and get affiliate, or, well, partner would be a very distant thing, but affiliate would be the closer goal. But one of the requirements for that is you have to, over the last, like, month, I guess, you have to average 3 viewers. So when it's like kind of cheating me out of a viewer, that kind of hurts me. Mind you, there's other requirements. I also have to have 50 followers, which I'm nowhere near, but it is good for me to figure it out now instead of be worrying about it later. Also, I can't possibly imagine this counts as like cheating the system by like having one of the views be myself, because it's through my stream manager, so, you know. Oh, so, you remember when, we were talking about, I don't remember if this was last night or on stream. Now it says 1 again for you? Huh. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know, it still says 2 for me. Anyways, I don't know that on, that's your side of it, it's gonna always be accurate. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but... Anyways. So, yeah, it was either last night when we were playing Forza, or when I was streaming Forza, and we were talking about how, Windows does the Windows Store does the stupid shit where it, like, locks you out of that file on your drive, or at least tries to. There's a thing on Reddit today that they're getting rid of that now. So I just thought that was funny how we were just talking about that, and now they're actually, like, they're unencrypting the files from now on. Thank God. Yeah, no kidding. Like, if you wanted to fight with it enough, you could get it to work, but... The thing is, some people mentioned, like, they would do that, and then it would just, like, break the Windows Store and stuff, and so it just wouldn't load stuff anymore, and it's just like such a stupid thing. Because it's not like it's protecting anything. It's not doing anything to stop piracy. Like, absolute, like, worst case scenario if you're desperate enough, you can just load up your computer on Linux and then go to those files, and they're gonna be unprotected because Linux doesn't give a shit about Windows protection. Or at the very least, I don't know if maybe they might still be encrypted, but you can at least see them and you can, like, access them and delete them and shit. But yeah, the big thing about that is it's going to make modding and stuff a lot easier. Not even encrypted, they just don't give you permissions for the folder. Yeah. I wonder if when Stardew comes to Game Pass, because it's been basically confirmed that it will be coming to Game Pass at some point here, because the developer mentioned that he had to actually like fix some stuff for them to let that happen. But I wonder if it'll be on the PC version of Game Pass, and then I wonder if because of having it like no longer have the encryption nonsense. Again, it's not really encryption, but you know what I mean. I wonder if you'll be able to mod the Windows version now. Because that'd be really cool for, like, if you got the game through Game Pass and you were able to still install mods and stuff for it. Oh yeah, now my view counter's down to 1 viewer too, so yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. Alright, I'm sorry. I keep on messing with, like, stuff on the laptop. Just to see if I can figure out what it is. Because it did seem like it, whatchamacallit. The counter went down once I brought back up my calculator. So I wonder if it's something really stupid, like they just, well, see, that's, I don't know. Anyways. I'm just not going to worry about it too much. It doesn't really matter right now. I guess the other thing is that having more viewers bumps you up higher in the category on Twitch, but like... I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for the time being. It also could entirely just be that, like, for one or the other of us, for some reason, it just doesn't want to track. Although now, I'm not even gonna care. I just wonder if it, I don't know. There we go. Hey, what's up, Kasai? Alright, so yeah, we're just doing more Registeel hunts here. I think, is that right? Maybe that's not right. I don't know. Just started Nuzlocke? What game are you doing it in? Or ROM hack or whatever. Sword? Ah. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do like a proper Nuzlocke. Mainly because the only being able to use the first Pokemon that you find in an area thing is extremely uninteresting to me. But a lot of the other rules with Nuzlocks I don't mind. Gonna continue your shiny hunting? Yeah, it makes sense. Did you just like start a new profile and then just keeping the first one for shiny hunting? Yep, that's the way to do it. I somewhat regret when I started my playthrough of Shield in Japanese, I like deleted my old save to do that on Shield. And I kind of regret doing that. Only not really, because I still would have to play through it another time now. Because I still need to go and get like other shinies and that for the legendaries. Yeah, that's right. But I think it would have actually made it easier for, actually, it would have made it a lot easier for these Reggies because I wouldn't have had to play through the entire game. Damn it. I just realized that. Oh well. To be fair, I guess I could use the Japanese version to do this. I don't want to because, crazily enough, I can't read Japanese. So I was just kind of like memorizing what like the different like the kanji, I believe is what it is, kind of what it signified. I didn't actually like understand it at all, which made playing through it kind of interesting. And by interesting, I mean difficult. One of these days I'm gonna have to go back and work on getting some more good Dittos as well. Because I never really got all my like perfect Dittos out of it. I got a couple of the ones I needed, but not everything. The other thing is I don't really care about competitive, but that might change in the future. That's kind of why I want to like have all of the ideal dittos, but it also doesn't really matter as long as I have at least one Japanese ditto. Though what I should probably do, which I don't want to do because it's gonna take a long time to do again, is import all my stuff into that Shield game for the Pokédex, so that way I can get the shiny charm, so that way there's a much higher chance of me getting the Ditto. 97 encounters. You got a long ways to go on that shiny hunt, even at best odds. Why are you shiny hunting again? I don't remember. Gardevoir, right, okay. I haven't gone to check to see like then Haxorus. Oh yeah, that is a good pair to shiny hunt. I haven't gone to look into like any of the information that's out now about the remakes with regards to like shiny hunting and stuff, because there's not really any new official information, but there's plenty of cracked copies going around already. Like how now we know that the games, both the Diamond and Pearl, the files are exactly the same form. It's just one internal flag in the game that changes what things you see. Which honestly makes sense, and, you know, probably saves them a lot of effort and stuff. What kind of upsets me about that is, you know for a fact that both games are, like, taking up separate, their own separate spots on your drive, on your flash card or whatever. Like, if you could just download the game once and then just, like, as much as I hate, you know, saying paying $60 for 99.9% the same game, but if you could just buy a license for the other one as well, that would be actually really nice. Because let's be honest, the two games being exactly the same thing, that's not going away anytime soon. All the various members of, like, development for Pokemon between Nintendo, Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, etc. Whoever I forget who's actually developing the Gen 4 remakes. But they all have a interest in being able to sell people the same fucking game twice. So until people like me stop being idiots and buying it, it's gonna keep happening. Though granted, I'm not buying both the games this time around. I only did that with Sword and Shield just because I needed to work on my living decks. So now that I've like done that, I have pretty much everything. I'm not worried about it anymore. Granted, there's a chance I might maybe have to buy Let's Go Pikachu at some point, just so I can shiny hunt Mankey, but we'll see what happens there. Again, that's another thing I need to check to see, because if I can just like bring in my Mankeys to the Gen 4 remakes and breed them, then it's not really going to be an issue. But speaking of my living decks, they announced yesterday, I think, that we're going to be able, if you have, I believe it's a save of Sword or Shield, when you load up Legends Arceus, you'll get a free Shaman, which is awesome because that's one of the few Pokemon that I still need. And then with the Gen 4 remakes, if you have a Sword and Shield save, you get a Jirachi, which I have one, but it's not really legit. So I would love to replace it with something that is, you know, actually like real. I've said it before, I don't mind hacking in stuff for the living dex when it's like unobtainium, but if I can get it legit, then I would like to get it legit. So that's just like another one off the list. And I think that pretty much clears up everything that I was worried about in terms of the last like 6 Pokemon that I need for my living dex. The only thing that I'm not gonna be able to get as of yet is Deoxys. And I might just have to bite the bullet there and pick up Omega Sapphire, I believe is the Kyogre one. Well, obviously it's Sapphire, I just don't remember if it's Omega or Alpha. And then pick that up, get Kyogre, because that's another one that I don't have quite legit. Because the Dynamax Adventures are a nightmare for trying to get that. So I tried it a few times, I was like, this is never gonna happen. I just gave up and Oaks Labbed it. Oh, but I can get that, I can get Deoxys. Like, I really don't want to play through the entirety of one of the Gen 3 remakes just to get Deoxys, but I think it might just have to happen. Because my only other options are hope that it's, like, added in as an event code for the Gen 4 remakes. I highly, highly, highly doubt it'll be in Legends Arceus. Or hope it shows up in a Pokemon Go raid that I can actually, like, manage to defeat it in. Oh, and I've basically given up on getting completing the Hoopa event in Pokemon Go in time to get, like, the second event for it. I just don't think there's any way. The thing is, I could probably do it, but the event that you need for the next stage that I haven't even unlocked yet is because you have to defeat the Go Rocket grunts and then the Go Rocket leaders, and then you have to beat Giovanni. And Giovanni's not always around, he's only around in events, I think, which there's one going on right now, except it ends in like a day. So I just don't think there's any way I'm gonna get that far with it. But hopefully, once the like last of all the event stuff goes live for Hoopa, I'll be able to just import it regardless. Because I don't think they'll lock it behind the event in terms of being able to import it into home. It's just because they've been slowly adding more for the event, they didn't want you to remove it from the game before you knew what, like, all of the event stuff was going to be. Another thing, I guess, is it is possible, albeit unlikely, that it could, Hoopa could be in Legends Arceus as well. I really don't think it will be. Especially now that we know we're getting Shaman. I don't expect to see, Hoopa, or really any other mythics in, Legends Arceus. Holy crap, I've already been going for 30 minutes. It's crazy how quickly these shiny hunts can go by. What's up, Neptune? Welcome back in. Man, so Twitch has really just decided that it doesn't want to track my viewer count anymore. That's awesome. But anyways, yeah, welcome in. We're doing more shiny Registeel tonight. Yeah, Twitch is saying... Well, now it's saying there's 2 people in here, except I know there's at least 4, I believe, including myself. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it anymore. Also, I don't know if I counted that Reggie or not. We'll fix it in a second. But yeah, it's like it's counting them for a second and then, or for like a few minutes, and then they go away again. They mean to shiny hunt something, but you need to get the shiny charm first. Yeah, it definitely helps. Okay, see, I hadn't counted that last one, so that's for this one now. Yeah, like even without the shiny charm, if you don't kill it and run, what happens? The same thing. Basically, it still just resets. So you can also do soft resets, but like it takes so much longer than just defeating it or running away. Oh, that's interesting. I can tap on the viewer count so I can zero it out. I guess so that way if you like want to show your Twitch dashboard on stream, but you don't want to like show your numbers or whatever, you can do that. That's interesting. I would assume that's what it is. But yeah, I'm just like messing with it a little bit to see if I can get stuff to like update and correct or whatever. I should probably focus more on the stream, but you know. This should be the last one of this set before I have to reset. Also, I just realized why my stream manager dashboard thing hasn't been showing my follower count, because I had actually accidentally tapped on it at some point, so it wasn't showing it to me. It was just showing it dashed out. I thought it just like was glitched or something. But yeah, now that I like reset my window again on my laptop, now it's showing 3 viewers again. But I think as soon as I bring up my my calculator that I'm using to like keep track of how many sets I'm going through, I bet you as soon as I do that, it'll drop back down to 2. I think something about me not having it be the active window for a little bit. Twitch there says 2. We'll see if mine updates in a second here. The other thing is, I suspect that it like it doesn't like want to show. Oh, but it says 3 for you. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of suspect that it like automatically removes my own view when it's like showing it to other people. But then yeah, it says 3 for me, man. So I don't know. Again, it doesn't actually matter. I just like. It would be nice if I could get it to like keep track properly. Just so that when one day it does start to matter, I don't have to worry about trying to fix it then. How did I get 0 aura? When Isle of Armor first came out, there was a or no, sorry, it wasn't even Isle of Armor. What? I forget when the timeline worked out, but there was a point right after Isle of Armor and Pokemon Home had come out where you could there was an event, a raid event, where the community had to defeat, I believe there's 1 million total 0 auras in raids in Sword and Shield. And then through Pokemon Home, if you participated in that, then you got a free shiny 0 aura. So that's how I got mine. I really wish they would just stop in general doing like timed event exclusive Pokemon, but you know. Because like it would be cool if anyone could get the 0 aura, just make it so that like it's a super rare raid or something, and then, you know, you can catch it there, but the stupidest thing is when they do that, it makes it so that like because it's a mythic, you can't even like use it in competitive or anything. Because then for the people that couldn't get it, then, you know, you would have an unfair advantage. only just started a month ago and you can't get any of the events. Yeah, that's just like... I don't mind it for, like, if you're gonna give out, like, free shinies or whatever. Yes, this is correct. Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing math in my head. Like, I don't mind it doing for, like, free shinies or, like, the Charizard that, was given out not terribly long ago. That was from, like, the dude who won the, competitive event. And so he had, like, perfect IVs and stuff. Like, that stuff I'm fine with. Don't straight up lock a Pokemon species behind an event, though. That's just kind of lame. At the very least, it's nice that they don't, like, include those in the Pokedex with regards to, like, being able to get the shiny charm. Like, in Let's Go, you could get the shiny charm without getting Mew, Meltan, or Melmetal, which was nice. The event Charizard you got was 5 IV. Right, because it had no good attack, which is ideal because you don't want good attack on that because his was a special attacker. And if you actually have a special attacker, you want the lowest possible attack. Yeah, because of confusion, and I believe it's foul play. If you get attacked with foul play, that attack actually uses your attack stat in the calculation. The same is not true with special attack. If you have a physical attacker, the special attack is just completely irrelevant. But yeah, on a special attacker, you want to always have as low of a physical attack as possible. It's one of those kind of minor things that doesn't really matter. Like if you just want to start playing, does it come with max EVs too? I would assume so. I don't know that I checked. But again, it's based off of the Charizard that won... I don't know if it was a world championship or it was just like a world kind of challenge. But it was some big event. Yeah, like I was saying, stuff like no good attack or like... When you get really into it, you want like specific numbers for HP because you don't want your HP to be a number divisible by 4 because of how that works with hazards and like weather and stuff. But that's like super like technical stuff that you don't really need to worry about unless you're like going to actual competitions. But it is also a way to kind of push luck kind of more in your favor. See, that's the kind of stuff that I love about competitive, is like doing the breeding and like just figuring out the exact like perfect numbers for like the build and stuff you want to do. But actual team building of like selecting the Pokemon and then actually playing the game, I'm terrible at. And that's why I don't do it. Though again, once the Gen 4 remakes are out and we see how that's gonna like mess with the competitive scene, maybe I'll look into maybe doing some stuff online. But I just don't know. Breeding and training are your favorite part? Yeah, I love like just like doing all the background stuff to like figure out how you're gonna like breed it with like egg moves and stuff like that. Play Radical Red at some point, made me understand competitive a lot more. Yeah, probably would help. Problem is, I'm just stupid, and so I just don't make good choices. And the other thing is just like, a big thing is team composition, and like, I just want to put together really stupid ideas that don't have any business trying to work. that hack has raid dens, which is weird. Yeah, they added a bunch of features from like future games and stuff, but then they didn't add all the Pokemon because they straight up, according to the people who made the ROM hack, they're just like, yeah, the everything up through Gen 7 is already enough. I don't even think it has everything from all the gens, but they was just like, yeah, there was no point in doing Gen 8 because like there's already plenty of Pokemon. Fucking Dexit 2.0, am I right? Anyways. Called Complete Fire Red Upgrade, I think, yeah. Wish they still had Megas. It's still not really, like, confirmed that they're not coming back. I mean, they're not in the Gen 4 remakes, but like the Gen 4 remakes, calling it a remake is too much. It's a graphical update, really. It's just porting the original Diamond and Pearl into 3D. But like in Sword and Shield, yeah, I know. It's Dynamax is stupid. But or at least it's stupider than, like, Megas were. I don't know. Personally, I would rather just doing them... I'd rather they just did proper evolutions. Yeah, I know Megas is one of the big things that everyone really misses from the old games. And I get that it was really important for rebalancing some of the older Pokemon to make them actually competitive again. Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of like doomsayers about the Mega Evolutions and the Pokemon community about the fact that people think they're just never coming back, even though they were still in Let's Go Eevee, or Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and they're in Pokemon Go. They're in the anime. One of the episodes that went live in Japan is Gigantamax versus Mega Evolution. So, like, I don't know. I get that Game Freak's track record with bringing back old liked features is not great, but also it isn't quite dead yet. Now, when Gen 9 comes out and there's no Mega Evolution, yeah, it's never coming back. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. You like it because XY... Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that for sure. And I don't think it was a bad mechanic. That's the other thing. I didn't really play X and Y until I was just kind of like trying to blitz through it for my my living deck, so that's part of why I just like I'm kind of ambivalent to it, because it's just, you know, like it's just not a feature that ever stuck out to me. Also love Ludicolo and Greninja for the same reason. Yeah. Or not, sorry, not Ludicolo, that's Lucario that you said. I do really hoping, because I do hope that Megas come back. Even if like I don't care a ton about them, but I do think it is a better mechanic than getting rid of it completely. And then I hope they tie in the G-Max forms, just like call them Mega forms in the future. The legendaries, on the other hand, are some of your least favorite. What, you don't like Mega Rayquaza being so broken that it literally had to be put into like its own format on Pokemon Showdown? Or at least in competitive anyways. Because it's like there's Ubers, which is Rayquaza, right, but oh, that's a good point, okay. But yeah, there's the thing is, in the Gen 3 remakes, which had Megas, there's Mega Rayquaza, which is the most busted thing that has ever been created. But yeah, Xerneas and Yveltal is... they're okay. I think Xerneas is really good right now in competitive, actually. Or at least it was for a little bit. Not like some of them broken, but it's pretty good. Yes, we're correct now, okay. Anything Goes is a cursed-ass format. But wasn't Rayquaza so broken that it was like, it wasn't even Anything Goes had it banned or something? I remember there's some format where it's 99.9% Anything Goes. And then, like, Rayquaza just still had to be removed from the format. But yeah, it is completely broken. Much like Eternamax Forum Eternatus would be if you could use it. Even though I still think it'd be fun as hell to be able to get the Eternamax Eternatus and just like go through stuff. Anything Goes is the only place you can use Mega Rayquaza. Okay. I wonder if that was like what spawned Anything Goes or something. I remember there was a thing where it was just like, I don't know if I got my count off now. It was just like even in even formats that like didn't have Pokemon banned, it was still like, okay, no, you need to go away. It might have been it just got banned from Ubers or something like that. Okay. And then I think, was it like Wobbuffet is effectively banned from like every competitive format because it has that, all it has is one ability that is banned because it's just too damn good. AG only has the Endless Battle Cause. Oh, okay, yeah, so that must be what I'm thinking of. Moody. No, it's like Shadow Tag or like Arena Trap or something like that. It's the ability that doesn't let you switch out. Moody's another ability though that, yeah, it's like hard banned, but no, I think Wobbuffet specifically it's one of the abilities that it doesn't let you switch out, and that's like the only ability it has, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong though, especially now that there's ability patches and the ability capsules. I don't know if maybe that's changed. I just know it's one where it's like, it's not really, like Wobbuffet isn't banned, but because it like, it doesn't have any way that it can be legal in most of the formats, so it's effectively banned. And then there's Chatot, which is banned for absolutely nothing to do with the in-game format or its competitive ability. Remember when there was such a sweet, innocent time where Game Freak thought they could let you record your own cry for a Pokemon and it wouldn't be immediately ruined? Call me crazy, but I don't think they'll be bringing that back in the Gen 4 remakes. I can't possibly imagine why they wouldn't, but you know. Holy shit, it's already been an hour. It feels like I've been going for like 3 minutes. Alright, couple more sets here and we're gonna be at what would be the normal odds for eggs. Or not normal, but the best odds for egg shiny hunting. Which is still nowhere near what we need to be for being at odds for encounters, but that'll be about a third of it. So I ended at 214 on, or sorry, 414 the last stream, because it's about 207 every stream. So I should, I'll probably end this one if we're near like 3 hours. And then I'll end this one at like 6:21 just to keep the pattern going. But we got a little bit before we get to that. I think we're right on pace for that too. Even with me screwing around with my laptop the whole time. Alright, well, I was gonna go to, Cerebi to see if there's anything else that had come out for news, but other than the new competition starting in or like special competition starting in the online mode, there's nothing. I want to see if there's any news to speak about so it isn't just dead air, but oh well. Problem is, I'm still slightly burned out from that 6-hour stream on Wednesday. Wednesday, was it? Or Tuesday? What day is it? Who am I? Alright. Tuesday, oh my god. Alright, settle down there, Brit. Actually, never mind. We're playing a game where your country stars in again, so go have at it. But yeah, Forza was a lot of fun on stream. I wish it would have done a little bit better viewership-wise, so I could have justified playing it more, but playing for 6 hours and not getting any new viewers in is kind of not ideal. Also reminds me, I need to, like, go through that stream, and there's at least one highlight to make out of that, where it put me on the roof of that hangar for no reason. That was so weird when it did that. I thought about, making a highlight out of me struggling for like an hour on one race, and then I realized I don't want to depress myself that much, so... But the good news is, it's not my fault. Everyone is complaining about the AI just being broken, so... Thankfully, I can use that as an excuse. Now, me blowing it on highly skilled by going into a tree... No, it wasn't even going into a tree, was it? It was just like, on like the last turn, I just slipped a little bit outside, and then the AI was gone. But yeah, whenever they fix the AI, I'll definitely do a salty run back on that, because I don't mind not being able to beat it on unbeatable, as long as it's going to be like a fair race. But the way they're doing it right now is like more so than usual in racing games. It's not really difficulty, it's just the AI is cheating. Also, something that kind of sucks about the new way that they're doing the seasonal events is because it used to be that the PR stunts, you could just use whatever car you wanted for the seasonal stunt, but now that you need to use a specific car. Besides the fact that it's easy to screw that up, as I showed on stream, where I used a car that was a class 2 low, which is so stupid, that I was able to complete the PR stunt, but it still didn't count because I was S1 instead of S2 or something like that. But the fact that now, like, every time there's a new season, you have to, like, go and build new cars for the events, or for the PR stunt specifically. Also, I saw that apparently the, even though the unbeatable AI is, like, busted, when you do the trial, which is, like, an online co-op, versus the AI, it's, that defaults to unbeatable, but it's not, like, anywhere near as bad. Like, it's actually reasonable to be able to beat the AI on it. Which, thank God, because there's a crap ton of points for the seasonal event stuff locked behind doing the trial. So, I don't really want to do it because the trial sucks to do. What happens is a lot of idiots they'll load up the event and then they'll just bring in a completely unupgraded car that just like barely makes the requirements for the ratings. And surprisingly enough, if it's the trial and it's against the AI on Unbeatable, that doesn't cut it. You have to have like a decent car. And so you just get held back because like it's the co-op race style. So I mean you have to earn points. So you have to have a higher average finish position than the AI does. So it just really sucks because it's like it's a co-op event and you're still getting held back by stupid teammates. And it's like, wow, I came in first. And the entire rest of my team came in the last 5 positions in the race, so my coming in first means nothing. But fortunately, like, it looks like you can just barely get enough points without doing any, like, real online stuff. I'll have to go back through and, like, do the math again, but it looks like you can just barely get away with it. But I think it's going to end up depending on what the daily challenge things are. But fortunately, they also made those, used to be in Forza Horizon 4, they would only last for 3 days, and then they would expire, and now they're going to last for 7 days before they expire. Kind of weird they still call them daily challenges when they're, I guess, like a new one goes live every day and it just replaces whichever one is now more than 7 days old, but like, I don't know. It's weird they're daily challenges, but they last for a week. But it is good because it makes it a lot easier to be able to, like, you don't have to play every single goddamn day. Yeah, I don't know if I assume that there's a new achievement for doing every event in a season. Because there was one there was one for each of the seasons in Horizon 4, and then there was also one for doing every event in a series, which is basically, it's just, you do each of the seasons. So, because there's, you know, summer, winter, fall, etc., whatever. So I don't know if that's in this game, if that achievement is, but I'm not going to do it, because there's just way too much online bullshit with the game now, with the seasonal events or whatever. Because it's like you have to get at least 30th place in the Battle Royale mode, and there's like a couple different like co-op race event things, and it's just like, alright guys, come on, what are we doing? Also, I still haven't gone back to update some of the some stuff for the stream yet. Some of like the stream elements and whatnot. That being elements on the stream, not stream elements, the servers that I use for them. Though I guess it works the same either way. But yeah, usually I would do that on like the day that I take off, but then it's been all yesterday. But wow, my tongue does not want to work today. All yesterday playing Forza, so you know. Okay, so we were actually one ahead accidentally. Whoops. Whoops, yeah. Oh well, it's a good problem to have. I'm not upset about it in any way. Also, the thing is, I probably would have just, like, screwed off and... Well, one, even if we hadn't been playing together, I would have probably just been playing Forza anyways. But even if, like, Forza hadn't been out yet, I probably would have just been on, like, YouTube or something all night, so... Realistically, it probably wasn't getting done anyways. I always, like, start to move away from the statue there, and then I'm, like, a fraction of a second later remember, oh, right, I can just hit A and start the next one. I forgot to go and check to see if when, like, when the Pokemon is, like, generated is before or after you, talk to the statue. Like, if it's generated when you step on the dots, or if it's generated when you talk to the statue, but it's a little late now, I'm not going to do it now. I assume it's generated when you talk to the statue. just remembered I need to actually go remind myself to update like my spreadsheet for some of my Pokemon stuff for like the living dex and whatnot, because I have a... Originally it started as a spreadsheet to keep track of what I still needed before I had realized that the Pokedex tracker website was a thing. But even after that, I still use it to keep track of, just because the last couple of things that I still need, just because it's easy to like quickly jot down on it, like what like games I'll be able to get them into and stuff. But then also alright, hold on, keep playing the game instead of screwing around my phone. There we go. But yeah, also I use it to keep track of like the stuff that I have that is not quite legit. So that way I can like remember the stuff that when there is an event for, I know that I need to like really focus on trying to get. So like Jirachi is one that I just kind of had to spawn in, because at the time that I was working on that, it was like there was no legit way to get that, except for there's Pokemon Go, but like trying to get stuff in Pokemon Go is kind of a pain in the ass. It's like when I can get it, I will, but like I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, also, so besides getting Jirachi for having a Sword and Shield save in the Gen 4 remakes, if you have a Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee save, you get a free Mew. So yeah, so glad that I paid $50 for that fucking Pokeball controller, and now I'm gonna have like 3 other Mews. Maybe only 2 others, but like still. Because I got the one in Pokemon Go, and now we're gonna get another free one as well. But they're just like giving those things out like candy now. Which I guess, considering I was just complaining about how they keep on locking mythics behind like events, like limited time events, I guess maybe I shouldn't complain about that. Also, by the way, we are at A-Gods now. Again, doesn't really matter for encounters, but is interesting to keep track of. Remember getting a Mew in XY era? Yeah, I mean, there's usually like some event for one of them in like, you know, one of the games of a generation. It just seems like they've been giving out a lot recently. Because there's also the thing in, what was it? No, it was in, in Pokemon Go, that you can actually get a shiny Mew, but, like, the stuff that you need to do that is absurd, and I don't even know if you can still access it. Because, like, it was a ticketed event, and then but before you could even access, like, being able to buy the ticketed event, you had to be, like, level 40, and you had to do all this other shit. I think you had to have every other Kanto Pokemon in your Pokédex in Go. And just stuff like that, and it's just... I don't know. That's one that I'm not going to get shiny for a very long time, is Mew. Because as far as I know, there's not really a way for me to get it other than doing that. And again, I don't even think the ticketed event thing is still available at all. Yeah, I don't think actual like full-on living decks with like one of every species. Sorry, living decks is possible for me, but not the shiny living decks with one of every species. I just don't think is ever going to happen because of the event nonsense. Also, still no news on shiny Eternatus or shiny Galarian forms of the legendary birds yet. I've said it 1,000 times, but I'll say it again. I want my goddamn Zapdos Chocobo. I'm really glad they didn't like shiny lock all of this shit in the game, all like the legendaries and stuff. Even though I guess I don't know, it's weird that like Keldeo is still shiny locked in this, even though you can catch it, but then like Regigigas, which kind of has a similar requirement to access it, isn't shiny locked. Because for Regigigas you have to have all of the Regis in your party, and then you go and like access a specific raid den. Or it's not even really a raid den. It looks like a raid den, but it never has anything in it. And then Keldeo, you have to catch all of the Swords of Justice, so Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion. And then you take them over to like a specific spot, and then you can catch Keldeo. Also, I guess I never showed it off, but there's a spot where you can catch Spiritomb in this game too, or in this DLC, and it has actually like a kind of neat requirement, but like it's if you go, there's like a specific spot kind of near the Dynatree Hill or whatever. Come on. Oh my god. Hopefully not as bad as Gen 4. I don't remember what the Gen 4 requirement was, but so in this one, it's when you go over to that grave, you have to turn on online mode and then talk to like other random people in the wild area. Even though you don't really talk to them, it's not conversation, you just go up to them and press A. But then after you do a bunch of people like that, then then like the Spiritomb will spawn. How bad was it in Gen 4? Was it something similar to that? You needed to do some stuff in the underground, it sucked. Now, I imagine that'll be back in the Gen 4 remake. Although, here's another thing, like the underground has a bunch of new stuff in the Gen 4 remake. So, like, it's not, I guess it's not like a straight up just like, you know, remaster or port to 3D or whatever, because there is like some new stuff in it, but a lot of like the other mechanics I guess are the same. I don't know. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to what people are bitching about. Mostly just because it's like a lot of people are gonna bitch about a lot of stuff, and then some of it's going to be legitimate bitching, but also a lot of it is going to be stupid. On Route 209, place Nod Keystone, enter the underground, interact with players 32 times. Yeah, so it's basically the same. It's just, it's easier to do in Sword and Shield, just because the online is, like, actually online, so it's pretty easy to, like, go interact with other players pretty quickly to do it. Or at least it was when the DLC came out, especially because everyone was going over to that area. So, like, it was, you know, there's plenty of people over there. But I do wonder how it would be now. No, no, it's like actual players in the wild area, like real human players. I think, anyways. Maybe the NPCs count? I'm 99.9% sure they don't, though. Because it's supposed to be kind of a callback to the, you know, the Gen 4 Spirit Tomb thing. Again, since pretty much everyone's over in that area, and, like, it's not, like, hard to do. It just sucks because the game runs like shit when online mode in the wild area. Like, it runs at, like, maybe 10 FPS. $60 game, by the way. Holy shit, I'm tired tonight. I keep on yawning. That's just... I don't know. I know why. Because it's been like 4 straight days of going to bed super late, but... Sucks too, because tonight's probably going to be another late night as well. I won't be as late, though. As late as the last couple of nights, anyways. Leaving here at almost 2 in the morning was not my brightest idea. And then doing the really long stream the night before that, too, didn't help. Still, though, I really want to do more, like, long streams like that. I really enjoyed getting to do that. I wish I could, like, just stream more often or full-time or whatever, but it just isn't feasible right now, unfortunately. Also, I'm kind of regretting not buying 2 energy drinks tonight. I bought 1, because usually that's, like, fine for the stream. And then I have my iced tea as well, but... I probably could have used the second one tonight. So I'll probably have to buy another one when I drive out. Or when I go over to the gas station anyways, but... So I'm curious to see. I changed the quality setting for my stream for the recording rather. I changed it the correct direction this time because for the Long Forces stream I had increased the value, and I found out that that's actually the opposite of what you want to do. That like reduces the quality. So I changed it back the other way. I'm curious to see how much that affects the file size. I want to say I saw that it, changing it by like, or like raising it, or, sorry, lowering it by about 6 will like double the file size. So I lowered it by 3. I'm also curious to see what that does for quality. Granted, I think this game will be fine, but for future stuff, if I do anything else with Forza, though I don't think I will. If I don't think the seasonal stuff at this point is stuff that I can just like knock out in like one night. Just because you have to have like a bunch of different cars and stuff now, and there's more stuff to do. If it was something that I could knock out in a single night, I might think about making that like my regular, like Thursday stream. Just like go through Forza and get the new reward cars and stuff. But I think since I can't, I think that'll just be an off stream game. But for future stuff besides just Pokemon, because I would like to do like maybe one stream a week that isn't Pokemon. I don't know what game it'll be right now. I mean, when Halo comes out, we'll definitely do that. I'm curious to see how that game is going to be with it being open world now. But it should be good for at least one stream. I don't know, maybe something like, I don't want to do anything like too like action focused. Maybe something like well, ATS or American Truck Simulator wouldn't be action focused in any way, but I still haven't finished up the Colorado DLC for that game yet. And now Wyoming is out too, so whoops. I think what I'll do is I'll probably, for that, I'll just pick at it a little bit. And then when they finally, like, announce the release date for the Texas DLC, that's when I'll, like, go in hard on it and just finish up Colorado, pick up Wyoming, finish that up. And then just when Texas comes out, that'll be, like, a day one stream game. But also something like Satisfactory is another game that I want to play some more of. Because like I picked it up earlier this year, I think, and I played a couple hours of it, probably like 4 or 5 hours of it, I think, actually, and I really enjoyed it. Which is interesting because I also tried to play Factorio a while ago, and I could not stand that game at all. I got like an hour into it and went, nope, and I just refunded it immediately. I think... yeah, Factorio was the first game I've ever refunded on Steam. I don't think it's a bad game at all. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. Better than Factorio? Yeah, just having it be like a first-person game and like in a 3D world is infinitely better than Factorio was. But yeah, the only games I've ever refunded were Factorio, which again, not a bad game at all. It's not a game that ended up appealing to me. I just need it to be a little... I need my, my very, not simple, but like, low pressure, I think would be the right term for that type of game, right? Like, there's not really a... well, actually, Factorio was kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know. The point is, like, games like ATS or Satisfactory or whatever. God, now I don't even know where the fuck I was going with this. Oops. Alright, because I was saying what games I refunded. Factorio and then Dirt 5. I refunded Dirt 5 very quickly because that game is probably, or at least was, one of the worst optimized games I've ever had the displeasure of trying to play. I had that game turned down to its lowest possible settings, like 720p. The models looked like they were from the Nintendo 64. Still ran at a lower frame rate than Forza Horizon 4 did. I had like max settings on the same setup too. It was so upsetting. Because Dirt 5 wasn't terrible, but it ran like shit. First game he refunded was Neko Para, because he bought his meme, had to refund it to afford getting home after, oh my god. Okay, well I'm glad you got home. Jesus Christ. Also, I'm glad that you like refunded your money that quickly. Because usually there's at least like some amount of time before the money gets back into your account. Yeah, Nekopara is one of those games where, like, I'm sure it'd be fun to play through and I would enjoy it, but also I can't justify paying money for that game. So, like, I don't think I ever will. Also, pretty sure I couldn't stream that game. Actually, I don't know. Is it on the banned game list? I know, like, Honey Pop and stuff was, but... Then again, I'm not sure if the banned game list even really matters anymore because there's just so much nonsense on Steam at this point that I don't think they could keep up with that list anymore. Because it used to be, at least, that they didn't... You could get away with, like, nudity in a game on Twitch. It just, like, couldn't be the focus of the game. So, like, in, I think it's Mafia 2, you can collect Playboy magazines, and they have, like, topless models on them and stuff. And that was fine, you could stream that, because, like, it wasn't, the focus of the game wasn't the nudity, right? But then they had the specific banned game list, just be like, okay, but also, you literally can't play this game on Twitch. Witcher 3, yeah, Witcher 3 probably has it, too. But now with, like, all the, just all the nonsense on Steam now, I'm sure that's just like, nope, you can't. I mean, I'm sure if it's just, like, again, if it's still, like, just part of the game, and it's not really the focus, then it's like, whatever. But I also imagine that you're much more playing with fire now, because at least before you'd be like, well, it's not on the banned games list, so, like, you know, it might be okay. Now it's kind of like, there is a little bit more, more emphasis on, you know, the streamer knowing better. But yeah, Witcher 3 is another game that maybe one day I'll get to, but I don't think I will because it is way too massive of a game and I just don't have the time to play it at this point. Like, I have it on Steam. I don't think I have it downloaded anymore. I had it downloaded for a long time. Let's see here. No, I don't have it downloaded. It's like... Sorry, just looking at stuff. Oh, right, a new update for Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Or no, sorry. Anniversary Edition. What the... Okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry about looking at that shit right now. I'm getting myself distracted here. But yeah, I need to... I wanted to one day play Witcher 3, but I think at this point it's not gonna happen. It's too big of a game, which really isn't a complaint. It means that at this point I just can't make the time to go through and play that the way I wanted to play it, which is to do absolutely fucking everything. And I just don't have the time anymore. Like, even if I got to the point where I could stream full-time or whatever, the problem would be is that you couldn't really stream that game at this point because it's too old of a game and it wouldn't get enough viewership, I'm sure. But yeah, that's one of the games that I regret missing. Another game I really want to get back to one day is Final Fantasy 15. I started that. I bought the not the collector's edition, but like the Steelbook edition of it. And like I really enjoyed what I played of it on my PS4. And then I just put it down for a couple weeks or whatever, and then I just never got back around to it. Same with actually World of Final Fantasy as well, which sounds like it would be an MMO, but it's not. It's kind of like a Pokemon-esque type game, because like you can capture monsters and stuff in it. But World of Final Fantasy is God, that game was so like, it was really fun. It was like really the art style was really cute, and just like it was goofy and silly, and just like it didn't take itself seriously at all. But that's another one that I would want to go back and play too. And that one, do I own that on Steam? I'm not gonna go look, actually. I guess both that and Final Fantasy 15 are on Steam, so I could play them through on there. I'm kind of waiting to see if maybe World of Final Fantasy will end up on Game Pass, though. Because if that game ever goes on Game Pass, that's how I'm going to play it. Or specifically Game Pass for PC. Also, there's that Chocobo Racing GP or whatever game that's going to be a Switch exclusive, which is just like, why? Why do you gotta do this to me, Square Enix? I still don't know if I'm gonna pick that game up or not, because it's not gonna play well on the Switch, I'm sure. It's gonna run like shit. Like, it would run so much better on, like, a PC. Oh, and I find it funny that even with the with Forza Horizon 5, even with like the new like visual stuff they added for like a bunch of cars, that Grand Theft Auto 5 is still like a better like game for modifying cars and stuff. Because I picked up Grand Theft Auto 5 again. Yeah, I know. Because it was like $15. It's like, fuck it, why not? Especially with like all the stuff in GTA Online now, and they had just put out that Los Santos Tuners update. And so I was like, you know, I didn't play through any of the story at all of that game. All I did was like the tutorial stuff that you have to do before you launch online. And then I went right into the multiplayer. Didn't do any like actual multiplayer stuff, just started driving cars around and all that. And just like, how does this game have better customization than fucking Forza Horizon 5? What the hell? Like, even just the fact that there's underglow is like, come on. How is that, like, not in Forza at this point? Like, Underglow is easier to do than ever, too. Like, in terms of, like, actually in the real world. Because it used to be, like, you had to do, like, neon tubes underneath the car. And, like, it was heavy as shit. And they were super expensive. Now you just buy some, like, cheap-ass LED light strips and slap it onto the bottom of your car. And you get the same lighting effects that everyone thought was hot shit during the Fast and the Furious days. Or the good old Fast and Furious days. I know there's another one coming out sometime soon. But for the most part, those movies aren't car movies anymore. They're action movies that happen to have driving in them at this point. Also, at some point here, I'm going to have to get a PS5 for a Gran Turismo 7. And it's going to be awesome when I pay $500 to play a single video game. I'm going to do it, goddammit, because, well, hopefully I'm going to do it. Hopefully I can afford to do it, because, goddamn, do I miss Gran Turismo 6. And Gran Turismo 6 wasn't even, like, the best game that, at least, you know, considering when, like, the games came out, it definitely isn't, like, the best, but I spent so much time in 6, just, like, tuning and stuff. And now with, like, how in-depth the decal editor stuff is, and, like, the photo mode is, like, freaking awesome. Because, like, the fact that they went out and took, like, real-world photos, but then also, like, tracked where all the light sources are in that photo, and, like, just in the world, so, like, where the sun was and stuff, so that way, you know, it's just a 2D photo, but then you load the car in over it as, like, a 3D model, and then using where those light positions were, they, like, cast shadows onto the image as well, so it looks, because it's a real photo, your eye kind of skips over the fact that the models aren't exactly perfect. They're extremely good in the photo mode, but they're not, like, you know, they're good enough that when combined with real world elements, they look real. And it's just, like, it's insane the stuff that you can do with that. Like, a lot of those images, you can't tell if they're real or fake or not. And I'm sure Gran Turismo 7 is only going to be more of that. Because we know they took a shit ton more pictures. And, like, getting to do it on the PS5 now instead of the PS4 is... it's going to be good. And we know we know all of the cars from Gran Turismo Sport are being brought back for 7. As well as, like, they're going to be adding a bunch of new stuff as well, obviously. But I'm just, it's gonna be good, man. Like, all the, like, old features and stuff, like the normal, like, applying parts to your car to upgrade it and stuff like that. Stuff that wasn't in Sport, because Sport was pretty much just supposed to be, like, an esports game. And I mean, it's pretty good at that. It's a pretty damn good sim. Not, like, the greatest racing sim ever made, but it's damn good for being an esport. So yeah, I'm hyped for that. Not hyped to have to, one, be able to afford to buy a PS5. And then, it will run on PS4, but one, why would I want to play that game on PS4? And also, two, my PS4 is broken, so if I'm going to have to buy another console anyways, I might as well just buy a PS5. But, you know, who knows if they'll all even be able to find a PS5 by that point, because I think I just saw they had to slash production on it temporarily, because they just, you know, as has been going on throughout since basically the consoles were announced, there's just a chip shortage and no one can get enough silicon right now, so it's just they can't make the damn things fast enough. Even though I think it is, like, it's outsold, or it's outpaced on its sales, the PS4 and stuff. They just can't make enough of the damn things. Who knows? I think the game comes out in either March or May or something, so I have a little while on it. And then hopefully at that point, being past like the holiday rush too, will make it a lot easier. Though at that point the question does become, I might honestly need to get the version with the disc, or with the disc player, even though it's like considerably more expensive when it really shouldn't be. It doesn't cost them an extra $100 to put a disc drive on the damn PS5. But because I have like the physical versions of Final Fantasy 15 and World of Final Fantasy and stuff, it honestly might make sense to do those, because they should work in backwards compatibility. I think pretty much every game works. The only reason why they didn't like promise like perfect like every PS4 game works is because like some stuff is just like has features that just they can't bring over. Kind of like this isn't PlayStation, but like Kinect stuff, they like, you know, isn't supported on the new Xboxes. So like those games aren't backwards compatible, but just stuff like that. Pretty much everything as far as I know works. It also sucks because Final Fantasy 15 was on Game Pass for PC for a while. I never got around to playing it on that because I didn't think about the fact that, oh yeah, games can actually get taken off of Game Pass eventually. So like Final Fantasies, all the Final Fantasies have been like that, where they've been they're on for like a year. So like the Final Fantasy 8 remaster, heavy air quotes on that, that's really not. It's just like they're allowing it to be HD basically, but that is going away on the 16th actually. So that was there for about a year. And they just added Final Fantasy 13, I think, recently too. That's another one that I want to go play again. Not 13. I really don't care about playing 13 again. Or at all. I barely played it, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Granted, though, this was at a time when like I had so many different games to play that like I just couldn't focus on it. But it wasn't a great game. It was very, until you got about like 50 hours into the game. I'm not exaggerating with this either. It was very much just like running down a corridor and battling shit the entire time, and it only is like very late into the game that you get to like, you know, do any kind of exploration or anything. But the sequel to it, Final Fantasy 13 2, first of all, trash story. Stupid story. It's time travel and stuff. Very little of it makes sense. The main characters are two of the stupidest motherfuckers to ever be in a video game. But goddamn, was that game fun to play. Oh my god, like, the combat in 13 wasn't really an issue. It had a couple of little, like, issues. Like the fact that if the party leader died, that was it. You lose then, even if your other party members are still up. But with 13.2, it just switched the leader to the other player. And just, you know, little things that like made the combat a lot more fun. It still looked pretty much just as good as 13. They had to dial it back a little bit because Microsoft threw a shit fit over the fact that the game was 3 discs. And then, as a turn-based enthusiast, I never finished 13. I prefer turn-based games, but something with 13.2 just really clicked with me. Like, once you figure out how to, like, do the stuff with, like, those ways to, like, kind of manipulate the turn gauge thing. So, like, when you do, like, your shift between your classes or whatever, it's just, like, I don't know, I really enjoyed 13.2, and part of that was just, like, I think it just clicked just right, and then I was able to just spend, like, all my time on that game until I finished it. But yeah, it looks good, it sounds good, as, like, every Final Fantasy does. The soundtrack was awesome. Yeah, I don't know, I had a ton of fun with 13.2. Paradigm stuff was fun. Yeah, I mean, like, again, I agree that I prefer turn-based stuff. I don't think 13.2 was a better game than, like, 10. I think 10 is probably, like, the best that Final Fantasy's ever been. But yeah, I mean, it was good. I don't know. I'm excited to see when they bring 13.2 to Game Pass. That might be a game that I just have to say fuck it and play. Even though I know I was just saying that I don't have enough time to do, like, really long games anymore. Favorite game, even outside of the numbered Final Fantasies? Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite. It'd be my second favorite. My favorite would be Tactics Advance 2, which is also a turn-based game. Both of those cards. At first, I thought that image that you sent me on Discord was the same game. You were worried I was gonna say 7 was my favorite. I really don't like 7. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just it's not. So the thing with 7 is, so my first Final Fantasy was 8, and so it's not my favorite game, but it also is my favorite game because it's like, there's so much nostalgia there for it. But I recognize that 8 has some flaws that make some people not like it. I do really like that you can just, like, completely break that game, though. Like, you can be level 5 and just smashing through everything. But yeah, 7 just, I don't know, 7 never really clicked with me. Partially because it's harder a little bit than, like, 8, but also just, like, being that it was the game before and stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I do really want to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that looks like it's really good. What, you know, is there so far, because it's only, like, doesn't it only go up until you get to, like, the end of the Midgard section of the game? So, or Midgar, however you say it. But it, yeah, I don't know. That's another one I want to play. But yeah, I don't know. Tactics Advance 2 was it was a tactics style game, but it was just like, I don't know, it was so good. I didn't really like tactics either that much because it was way too fucking hard, and like I really didn't like shit like how healing spells had a pretty damn good chance that they would fail and stuff. I was like, all right, come on, this isn't fun to, like, oh hey, let me try and, you know, use a Phoenix down. Oh, I have like 11% chance of success. Cool, that's great. But then Tactics Advance was like, there's a Game Boy Advance game. That's why it like had Advance in the name. And that was fun, but it didn't really click super well, at least with me. And then Tactics Advance 2 was just like, I don't know, that's one of the first games that like I just like went in super hard and did everything in. God, I like Tactics Advance 2. I wish there was a way to get Square Enix to port that game. Like, it definitely wouldn't be easy because being a DS game, it has the dual screens. So you can't just like do a straight up port. But also it doesn't really have touchscreen stuff, so like I think it used the touchscreen a little bit, but it doesn't like it wasn't like any necessary feature on it. So it could definitely be done. Now that game is just like, yeah, that's one I missed. But yeah, that and Final Fantasy X. I don't know, Final Fantasy X is just so good, especially with like the HD remaster. You know, I don't remember if 10 is still on Game Pass or not, the HD remaster. I have it on PC though anyway, so I don't think it matters. I think I can just play it on that. Or I should say I have it for Steam, so I own the game. But I don't know if the Game Pass version might have had some further like tweaks and stuff to make it look better. Because I think the PC, like the Steam version, is pretty much, it's like 1080p, probably 30 FPS, just like locked, and like, I think it's just like the PS3 version, basically. But yeah, 10 is fun. I like really being able to like sit there and think through my moves instead of being like kind of rushed through them. Now, some of the battles are kind of bullshit in that at times. Like, I think it's like one of the last Seymour fights or whatever is like kind of like annoying. But yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah. I feel like my count is wildly off at this point. The one with the wheels? Probably. I will say I really enjoyed the game. There's some stuff that I just like don't remember at all about it. Also, it was kind of a buzzkill. That wasn't... I think like the final battle is just like an unlosable fight, right? It's just like you sending out the Aeons against Braska's Aeon or some shit like that. Yeah, so that's kind of like a buzzkill. Not as bad as Final Fantasy Type 0, though. Jesus Christ. That game sucked. You have permanent auto life. Oh, yeah. Like, it kind of makes sense, but like, I don't know. It's kind of, I hate when games do stuff like that. But yeah, Final Fantasy Type 0 does that, but it's, about 1,000 times worse, because it takes like 30 fucking minutes and you can't fail, you can't even really die. And it's just oh god, Type 0 sucked so fucking much. I was so hyped to play that game because so many people talked about like how awesome of a game it was on PSP, and now it's the HD remaster, so it's coming to PS4. And then the only thing the HD remastered was the fucking the like main characters had new models, which looked fantastic, but then they'd be right beside a like minor character and they would still have their fucking PSP model. And it's like, what are we doing here, guys? This is like, you have this really awesome looking character and then this character that looks like something like worse than N64. What the hell? Maybe I'm being a little critical to it, but like, holy crap. And then it's just like, it didn't play particularly well because they had like, if you moved the camera at all, it had this ridiculous motion blur. Because like, again, it was a PSP game, so they had to do that to make the game even fucking run originally. But they didn't fix that when they brought it to the new consoles. And it just, oh my god. So disappointed in that game. And then so... the like one thing that I really loved about it is like there's this constant like war thing going on, right? Because it's like a war between these different nations, and like the way that they do like the cutscenes like explaining the like wars going on and stuff. It's like a History Channel type like commentary or narrator to it and stuff. So it's like it's super interesting with that. And then about 90% of the way into the game, all of that becomes rendered completely meaningless, and now there's like the apocalypse is going on. So literally the first 90% of the game is completely fucking meaningless, and it's just completely like wiped out, doesn't matter. And it's like, what the fuck? What? So like you can just skip the first 90% of the game and you would have as much idea of what the hell's going on. There's like a tiny little thread of like a storyline that carries through it, but like it barely even matters. And they do this thing where they don't really explain anything, and it's like when you do multiple playthroughs, then they kind of like reveal a little bit more of it, but also a lot of it is just hidden like lore and like either books in game or it's just like lore outside of the game and stuff. It's just like, what the fuck? Have I mentioned that I hated that game? I think I've mentioned it once or twice so far. Funnily enough, that wasn't even the most disappointed I was with the game in that time that game came out either. It's definitely most disappointed I was with a Final Fantasy game, but right around the same time that came out was when Project Cars came out, and that game was also just a dumpster fire. It barely worked. It ran okay when it did run, but it didn't. It would constantly crash, and then the physics weren't that great. The AI just straight up cheated. Like, honestly, probably worse than Horizon 5's. Like, Horizon 5, it just has too much power and traction. This game, in Project Cars, they could just, like, drive in the grass and, like, not be affected at all. They would just be, like, driving like they were on the normal road and stuff. It's just... oh... And that game was delayed, like, multiple fucking times, and it still just, like, wasn't fun. And then, no joke, like, a week after the game finally came out, they put up their, which, mind you, Project Cars had, like, a publisher and everything. And then, a week after the game came out, they put up their Kickstarter for Project Cars 2. And it's like, what the fuck? Your game doesn't even work properly after you delayed it for, like, 2 years. You have a publisher. Why the hell are you doing a Kickstarter to begin with, let alone right after your previous game just came out and it's not great? So yeah, somehow Type 0, as much as I hated it, wasn't even the most disappointing thing I dealt with in that, like, month that it came out. I think maybe it was a little bit longer than that between them, but I mean, it was still like spring of that year or whatever that both those games came out. There we go. Oh wow, we're over 2 hours already. I got about like 50 or so. Yeah, we got this. I should be able to wrap up right around midnight. Which should put us a little bit less than halfway to like odds. Because we'll be at about, well, we'll be over 600, and we need to get up to around 1300. Actually, I guess around 1400, because it's like, wow, sorry, I'm super burpy. I just finished off my energy drink finally. But I think it's like it's 1300 and something. It's a high amount. It's near the near 1400. It would be nice if they added some sort of thing where, like, if you had a lot of encounters with something, like, not like, it shouldn't be like if you get to like 1400 then you're guaranteed a shiny or whatever, but it should be something where it's like, if you get to like, say 2 or 3 times past odds, then it starts getting like extremely likely that you get the shiny. It'd be nice if they did something like that. Nothing like too crazy, but just like a slight, you know, not even a slight boost. Like eventually it should turn into like, you know, getting close to being guaranteed, right? But it should be like deep into the shiny hunt. I think I'm... Okay, here we go. Now we should be on track. And there we go. Alright, last one of the set. Pretty sure anyways. I always want to double check my moves just to make sure I haven't, like, gotten wildly off. Okay. Even though I am keeping, like, track in, like, multiple different ways, so it shouldn't be possible for me to get too far off or anything, but... Oh, I just thought of something I can probably do before the new Halo comes out. Probably sometime in between when I finish up the Gen 4 remakes and Halo Infinite coming out, is I should go through and play... Oh fuck, I guess I can't play all the Halo games because for some reason 5 isn't on PC, and I think they've kind of said that it's just not going to ever be on PC. For whatever damn reason. I assume it's just something where it's like something they did with developing it for the Xbox One makes it a massive pain in the ass to port it over to PC, but like, and I get that it's not their greatest Halo game. In fact, it's probably the worst one in terms of campaign. Although fighting Prometheans just fucking sucked ass in 4. At least you spent, it seemed like you spent a little bit less time doing that in Halo 5, but I always go through and play like At least most of the Halo games. Most of, like, the mainline games. So do, like, Reach 1, 2, 3, ODST, and then 4. And then I guess just not play 5, because I'm not going to go set up my... I don't know. I really don't want to try and set up my Xbox for it. Also, I don't even know... I assume I still have it installed. But that could be fun to do, playthroughs of those. That said, though, not being able to do 5... If I could do 5 on PC, I would 100% do that. Not being able to do 5 really takes the wind out of the sails on that idea. Thanks once again, 343. God, I really hope they get the open world shit right on Infinite. Because, like, I don't think it's gonna work. I really don't think it's gonna be fun. Or, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun, but it's gonna be like every other game that wants to do its, just the open world shit, where it's like, this really doesn't need to be open world, guys. We don't need to, like, collect-a-thons and go unlock towers to reveal the map and that type of shit. And granted, I don't know necessarily that's how Halo's gonna be, but, like, it is very much open and, like, not, like, a crafted level that you move through for the gameplay. Which is really what I would prefer for Halo. I don't really want this crazy open world. I want, like, missions to play through, and then, you know, you beat the game, you beat the story, and that's it. It doesn't need to be, like, this constant, like, world that you want to go back into. Like, just having an 8-hour campaign is just fine. But, like, I hope it works. I hope it's a lot of fun. It's just, I don't think it's gonna be. But hey, it's Game Pass, so I don't have to pay for it, so that's gonna make it more enjoyable anyways. And then, multiplayer looks like it's still gonna be fantastic. I just don't really care about playing multiplayer anymore, so it's like, well, it's kind of hard for me to get excited for it when I don't care. But everything I've seen, it looks like it's really fun to play and all that. I just don't feel like dealing with it. Maybe I'll touch on it a little bit, though. We'll see. It also doesn't help, going back to the campaign, though, that, like, co-op isn't even going to be there at launch. Like, that's not faith-inspiring. They have said that it will be added. It's just that they just weren't able to get it ready in time. And I get that it's a lot more difficult with this game, being that it's open world, so they have to, like, or open world-ish, at the very least. So they have to, like, figure out how they want to handle progression and stuff, and how, like, they reconcile differences between, like, one person's save and another person's save and whatnot. So I understand it's a lot more complex than usual. But also, how the fuck are you not gonna have Halo or co-op in a fucking Halo game? Like, really? Like, that should have been a, like, priority number 1 from, like, day 1. So the fact that that is, like, not in there at launch is, like, that's not good. That is not a good sign for the state of the game. Like, it wasn't, as much as, like, a lot of people complained about, like, some of, like, how things looked. Like, I understand that, like, it wasn't looking great to begin with, and that's why they had to delay it, but, like, I don't know, that stuff was less concerning than hearing that like a major feature of the game is just not going to be there at launch. Like Forge, okay, fine. Halo 5 Forge came out after launch anyways. Forge is a very in-depth, involved feature, and it's fine. That's one of the things, like, it's very much like a side feature thing. It doesn't need to be there at launch. It isn't critical. Co-op has been a major feature and selling point of the Halo games since Halo 1. So how did you fuck that up? Yeah, just please be good. Please be good. Because I am, like, actually legitimately concerned that if this one isn't good, it's going to be the end of Halo. At least as, like, Halo, campaigns go. I'm sure, again, multiplayer is fantastic. I'm sure they could spin off multiplayer into just its own game. Kind of like, God, what game was it? Was it Call of Duty? Was it Black Ops 4? There was no campaign or some shit? Which, granted, I don't want to see a game that's sold for $60 that doesn't have a campaign, but the point is, I'm sure Halo could survive as just like multiplayer. Especially if, like, well, I mean, it is, the multiplayer for Infinite is free to play, actually. Like, you don't even have to have Game Pass, you can just play it, which is cool. So I'm sure that'll be fine, but I'm pretty sure that if this, unless they manage to do this open world stuff perfectly, Halo Infinite, there's a good chance I think it's going to be the last campaign. Especially just because, like, Halo 4, Promethean sucked. It was fun, but, like, fighting Promethean sucked. Halo 5 campaign wasn't great. The advertising for it really did not help. Because, like, it very much amped up, like, this whole, oh, Master Chief versus Locke, you know, face-off thing. And then there's about a 5-second cutscene where they have a fist fight, and that's about it. It's like, yeah, really? This is what you did all your advertising for? Thanks? So, yeah, I don't know. 343 has not done a good job with the franchise, which is funny because it's basically all Bungie, or at least started as basically all Bungie employees. It was just all the people that split off because they wanted to stay with Halo instead of go on to make Destiny, so who knows. I think I already pounded that one, actually. Whoops. Getting too distracted by talking about other games, apparently. Oh well, we can correct it in a second here. Or the game could make this the shiny on the next one. And then I don't really even need to worry about correcting it. Actually, I guess I would have to still correct it by one, but, you know. Nope. Let me count my moves before I hit the button here. Okay, now we're back on track. I will say, as much as I would be saving a little bit of time if I was using some Pokemon that wasn't shiny to do this, I pretty much don't even notice that shiny effect anymore. Which is bad, because that means I'm kind of autopiloting, which means we are in very high risk zone of me close combating the shiny Registeel. And if that happens, that will be the last shiny hunt for quite a long time, I think. And by that I mean probably like a week. Oh, and it does seem like there's not going to be a another raid event in Sword and Shield, if I had to guess. At least so far there isn't one for this week or this weekend. And next weekend the new games are out. And I would be very, very surprised. Well, actually maybe I wouldn't be that surprised, but I would be surprised if there's going to be an event in Sword and Shield right after the new games come out. Though it wouldn't be the first time that multiple developers working on different entries in the same franchise would do something like that. Because actually, with Call of Duty, when it was when World at War was out, and I think they were just announcing like their last DLC, and on the same day that they announced or they released the DLC, Infinity Ward dropped the trailer for the for Modern Warfare 2 and just like completely torpedoed any interest in that DLC. And it was like, wow, guys. So I could see Game Freak doing something like that, like trying to, not that it would be anywhere near to the same effect as Modern Warfare 2 trailer, but like trying to kind of torpedo interest in the Gen 4 remasters, just because like it's not them that's developing it. Again, it wouldn't really have an effect because like I don't think anyone who's not gonna buy the Gen 4 games just because there's another event in Sword and Shield. But it's the kind of stupid thing I could see happening. I could see Game Freak releasing an event in Sword and Shield, not like on that weekend, not even realizing that like the other games are out, just because they're like, oh right, the other games came out, whoops, our bad. Like just completely screwing it up. Because that would be pretty on brand for Game Freak. Alright, 2.5 hours in. We got... What did I say it was going to go up to? I think it was 621. Somewhere in that area. We're pretty close. We'll get to that and then call it for the night anyways. Tomorrow. Am I going to stream tomorrow? Probably. I don't know why I wouldn't stream tomorrow. Yeah, I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't stream tomorrow, so I think I will. Definitely will not be a longer stream. It'll definitely be another, like, 3-hour stream. Because being that's the day that's actually going to be busy with deliveries, hopefully. No guarantees on that, but hopefully. Yeah, I think that will... I think that'll just be more shiny hunting. Again, I don't think I'm going to do any more Forza on stream. And then, I don't know, maybe... I might take Saturday off. It depends on how I feel after tomorrow. If I'm, like, super tired still, then I might have to take Saturday off to just, like, not do much and also work on stuff for the stream, hopefully. Or I'll just play Forza all night again. We'll see what happens. We'll see you there. And then I was kind of thinking of maybe I shouldn't take Saturday off because I'll take Monday off for sure. Monday, Sunday, one of those two. I'll take something off among those two. Yeah, and I don't think I'm not gonna start anything else before before the new games come out. I think the only thing I'll do is that Tuesday says Sunday. Yeah, but that scheduling thing is like constantly changing all the time. That was my plan to do Sundays off. I guess it would make sense to do it too. Maybe I'll do like Sunday off, shiny hunting on Monday, and then Tuesday. I think actually this is what my schedule actually said too. Tuesday I'll do the just organizing shit in home. Not that it even really matters because home's not gonna work with the new games just yet. But I can at least organize now and just get some of that out of the way. It also depends on if we get the shiny before then or not. I would really like to get this before Gen 4 drops, just so that way we're not yeah, it does then Wednesday off. Okay. Again, I kind of put that schedule thing together and then immediately started changing stuff on it, so it really isn't like a set thing. Comfy home stream. Oh, I see where you're going with that. Okay. Alright, smartass. But, yeah, I guess that would be a good chill day, too. I don't know, though. We'll see what happens. Again, it depends on getting this Reggie or not. Because I would like to have it before Gen 4, just so that way... I think my count is wildly off at this point, by the way. Or, wildly off for this set. God, I keep on forgetting what I'm gonna say. I don't want to, like, be at the end of this hunt, or, like, be in the middle of this hunt, and then, like, go and hop into, the Gen 4 games. I would like to just, like, be able to just play those, and then, once we're done, or play those, like, I'm gonna play multiples of them, just go in and finish that, and then after that, I can just start a brand new hunt. Let's see, so this is... Okay, actually, I think this puts me correct. I think I was only one off. Oh, nice. I just saw your thing in Discord. What count would you be on if you do the same amount every day? See, the problem is you're asking me to do math, and it's 11:40 at night, so probably about double this, so probably around 1,200, I would think, if I do, because I'm doing 207 a stream about, right? So we'll probably be around like 1,250 if I do 3 more streams before Gen 4. Which would be, I mean, it's right around odds, right? Like, it would, on average, I'd be damn close, if not, you know. And if I do, like, 3, I'd be at 1,200. I'd be at 4, I'd be over 1,400. So, in theory, I should. But, again, I think this is the hunt that's gonna fuck me after all my good luck. The other thing is, it is possible I could do a long shiny hunt before then, but I don't know how realistic that's gonna be for me. I can maybe do like a long hunt on a Monday. Actually, yeah, that could work really well. If we don't have it by Monday, then we just do like 6 hours of shiny hunting and just pray and hope we get it. And then Tuesday would be the home, whatchamacallit, home organization. And that one can be a little bit shorter. And then Wednesday off. And then Thursday won't really be a long stream when the game comes out, because it's not going to come out till like 10, and I guess I could do a really long stream, I guess. Well, not really long, but I could go till like 2 in the morning, but like, I know I'm going to regret it if I do that, so I'll probably do it. Yeah, the main long one is one of the weekend days. I know I scheduled this out already, but I'm sure I'll change it before I get there. We'll do like just a really long stream. Although, see, I wanted to do it on like the weekend because at least like there'll still be more interest because the game will still be a couple days newer. I could do it on Monday instead, I guess. And just do like a 6-hour stream or something. Although if I do it on the weekend, then I can do it like actually all day. I can start at like noon or something. Yeah, we'll probably do that. I don't know, I'll probably do it Saturday. I think that is what I put down on my schedule, but I just think that'd probably be best. Hence why I did that for the scheduling. Anyways. Oh god, I'm tired. I just need to make it through a couple more sets here. Yeah, and then Underground are actually finish on Sunday. Yeah, we'll see what like the other thing is I don't know exactly what the Underground's gonna be like. Because I kind of put that there if it's like, if there's kind of anything sort of raid denish or whatever in the Underground. Which I want to say there kind of was, but I haven't really paid much attention. So I could just be like mixing stuff up. But we'll see. I would have to imagine if I do a really long stream on Saturday that I'll be done. Because I'll stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I don't know. The other thing is it's Gen 4, and Gen 4 is not like a short game by any means. Come on. It's doing the thing again where my frame rate on my OBS preview is just a little off, and it's when you're trying to do those circles to run back over the dot, it kind of fucks with you. Where's my count at? Okay, we're on the right count. Could be... I should have one more close combat left after this. If I'm counting correct. Yep, alright. Yeah, I'll be honest, even if I wanted to go longer tonight, I don't think I could, like, physically make myself go any longer. I'm so tired. Alright, last one of this set, and then we got one more set after this. Then just double check before we reset. Alright. I wish there was a way to just, like, automatically skip the intro cutscene stuff and just, like, hop straight into the game. It would definitely help save time with this. I think at this point, this qualifies as the longest shiny hunt that I've ever done. Like, because even besides stuff like off-stream, I don't think I've ever had to take this long for one. Granted, the odds are significantly less than my usual hunts as well, which is part of it. Also, this is the only time I've ever done an encounter hunt either, so... And, kind of glad that I don't usually do encounter hunts. Unfortunately, I don't have much choice when it comes to the Reggies, but... Oh well. And then there's Dynamax Adventures, but those are their own, complete own beast, so, like... I'm not too worried about that. Did I ever actually show you the the Dynamax Adventure raids or no? Obviously, I know it was on the stream VOD. I don't know if you ever got to see them or not, though. Haven't got around to it yet. Do you want me to do one to end the stream? I can do that real quick. Go and, like, take on Suicune. Watch me get the Suicune shiny. That could be fun. Sure? Okay. As much as I'm complaining about being tired, I don't mind doing a tiny bit more before we end here. I'm not gonna really bother explaining it a whole lot, I'll be honest, because I kind of want to focus on, like, beating it, but you should be able to pick up the general gist of it, or gist, however you're supposed to say it. Sorry, English is my first language. Doing it backwards? Nope, I'm not doing it at all is what I'm doing, Jesus Christ. Alright, one more. Well, this is it. We're gonna get the shiny right here. Just watch. There's no way I possibly don't get the shiny here. I lied. Anyways, okay. That's enough of this for tonight. I guess I'll go ahead and run away, because we'll go up and do the raid real quick. I'll have to fix this save real quick after I do this, but I'll do that off stream because when you start the Dynamax adventure, it like does it for you. Okay, let me go ahead and no, I want music on. I want that off. I want that off. Okay, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Make sure you don't have anything for me. Okay. Suicune. Go ahead and save. Not gonna invite others. Okay, there is nothing good for Suicune here. I'm gonna take Crustle and hope we get a grass type that appears somewhere. Hattering's fine. Sandaconda's not great. Okay, this might not be great. Let's see, Dark, Ice. Oh, good, it's doing this shit again where I don't get a single grass or electric type. Oh, wait, never mind, we got one electric. Okay. Which sucks because we're gonna have to choose between berries and items. We're gonna have to choose, So basically it's 4 raids in a row is what it is, and the last one's the legendary. Yeah, we're gonna have to go with berries, because I'm not gonna risk my dumbass AI trying to take another ground type. So I think Bug should be neutral here. Yeah, everything is neutral, Jesus. Yeah, let's not start a, Oh, that's not helpful. Let me go ahead and move you to down here real quick. I'll have to correct that later, too. Actually, it might be fine there. I don't know. I'll mess with that later. Just covering up the, ability type. Could do that. Just do this. You get stab, it does the most damage. Let's not overthink it too much. And I'm sure Hattering uses... Or, no, sorry. I don't know what Grimmsnarl uses, actually. Because this lowers its special attack. I don't know how useful that'll be, though. Wait, who is his target, though? Okay, that's good. Paralyze is good. The nice thing about this is there's no, like, shield mechanic, so you don't have to worry about that. The bad news is you have to do 4 raids in a row, and your lives carry over, so if you get knocked out a total of 4 times across all 4 raids, you lose at that point, instead of having 4 lives per raid. So far, that Paralyze is really coming in clutch. That's fine. We should knock it out. Yeah, this should do it. Okay, cool. Definitely catch it. So the other thing is there's a 1 in 100 chance of getting a shiny in this mode, but it's 1 in 100 per Pokemon that you catch, and so since you get 4, it's actually like 1 in 25 that you get a shiny. And they're never shiny in the battles. They'll only be shiny at the end when you select which one you want to take. It would not be bad. Actually, I'm good without it. Vespiquen taking is probably a good choice. Definitely take the electric. What is that, a Pachirisu? Or no, sorry, not Pachirisu, Togedemaru. Which is good, because it's electric steel. Does steel resist water? I don't think it does it? I think water resists steel, actually. Oh well. Ooh, that's good. That's very good in this case. Okay, right. That's actually a really bad choice to have used, to have had them take Grimmsnarl. Because it's just going to keep using Power Swap, which is probably good the first time, because Suicune probably has really good stats. It's not good after that, though. Safeguard, god damn it. Well, actually, I guess that's okay. Alright, that should be a quick knockout. Well, I was going to be taking Togedemaru anyway, so it's not a big deal. Nice. Even if this wasn't gonna kill, that would be good. Okay. So actually, we might be able to take this item here. Instead of taking the berries. Because there's an NPC that can give you an item, or there's just like a grouping of berries that'll heal you. Because that's the other thing. Your lives carry over and also your damage carries over, so you don't heal in between these. Nuzzle and Electro Web. That's not great. Still gonna take it, because it's still... My Crystal is on its last legs there. It's still ground, though. I still... What is that? Is that Baltoy? Or not Baltoy, but Claydol? I'm not gonna do that. We'll take Poison. And we'll just be able to heal afterwards. You don't get, like, all of your HP back, but you get, like, I think half? Oh, that shouldn't be too bad. Oh, wait, actually, oh, this is perfect. Yes! Okay. This is very good. I'm gonna hit it with the Nuzzle just to get the Paralyze right off the bat. Okay, we used 2 Paralyze moves at the same time. That's okay, I guess. And then we'll just do this. It sucks that I wasn't able to save that for, let me actually first, I want to see, what are my stats here? Okay, this thing sucks. Oh, actually, I should use this then for stab. Because, right, electric is not going to do a whole lot. Plus, you know, extra defense. Not great damage, not terrible though. Going on this. I don't think anyone had lost any HP because it hadn't attacked us yet. Actually, I don't understand why Hatterene used Life Dew there. Even with the stupid AI, it usually doesn't use a move that, like, is literally not going to have any effect. Not like that, anyways. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving it more credit than it deserves. Grimmsnarl, please knock it out here. That should do. Never mind, I forgot its power-up punch. That should knock it out, though. There we go. Cool. Okay. Please, AI, for the love of fucking all that is holy. One of you take this damn thing. Preferably Santaconda. That would be the best one to take it. But I'll also take Grimmsnarl. I'll accept that. Hatterene? Kinda like would keep you. Be nice to get some heals during this. Okay. Not ideal. But not the end of the world. I guess we really didn't need this, but if we... I'm glad we didn't take the ground type, though. Alright. Right, pressure. That's not great. Okay. Nuzzle right off the bat. We'll probably have to use that at least one more time as well. Because this one, the legendary will, like, reset stats and stuff, too. As long as Ivysaur doesn't die, good. Defense fell, not great, but Life Dew was useful. Very useful, actually. Cool. Yeah, Electro Web is good here. Just keep lowering its speed. Since I don't really have a better move until I can Dynamax. Solar Beam should do some good work. Not as much as I wanted. That hurts. That's not good for us. Also, once it gets under like half health, it'll be able to, it gets to attack twice. And that's when it's going to reset stats too, but it'll lose that special attack bonus at least when it does that. Good, 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 good. Or it'll reset stats before that. Okay. That's fine. Oh god, yeah, it's it can be kind of a mess. Alright, here we go. Now we go for the kill, hopefully. Because we're gonna get a Solar Beam, for sure. This should do good damage, and it's gonna set Electric Terrain. Oh, it's not paralyzed anymore, fuck. Sandaconda, this would be a great time for a Glare Buddy. But now that I'm not using Nuzzle, it won't use Glare, just watch. Again, not as much as I wanted, but it shouldn't be able to one-shot me at this point. Oh, this is gonna be tight. There we go. There we go. That's what we like to see, even though I think it's about to reset the stats anyways. That's good. That's very good. Just keep hitting it. AI being useful, yeah, right? Ooh, crit. That crit mattered. That crit mattered. Alright. Please don't use Solar Beam. Thank you. Hatterene, this would be a great time for an attack. This would be a great time for an attack, Hatterene. I'm surprised Sandaconda survived that. That's not ideal. It doesn't hurt me, though. Okay, we should be good. I should outspeed it here. Especially with it being... I think I was already outspeeding anyways, and then... Holy shit, we didn't even like lose a life through that. Holy crap. That went pretty well, actually. So it is a Suicune, so I'm gonna throw a Dive Ball at it. And these catches are 100%, by the way. So you can use literally whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. That's why I was using Pokeballs before. Alright, and now we get to look at them. Pretty sure none of them are shiny, but we can double check real quick. So yeah, like I said, they'll never be shiny in the like the battles, but they can be shiny at the end here. Well, that's a shame. So I'm not gonna take anything. I definitely don't want to take Suicune. So if I take Suicune here, I can't ever catch it again. So like that's how you kind of shiny hunt it, is you just keep on resetting it. But I'm not gonna bother to take anything because there's no real point. Okay, well, that was okay. It was successful. So, yeah, that's what the raids are, or the Dynamax Adventures, that is. Yes, keep a record. And then, does she have... Okay, she doesn't. So sometimes she'll, like, give you a route, quote-unquote, to, to like another legendary or something, so that way you don't have to find it like randomly by just doing random adventures. But yeah, that's what those are. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. Pretty good stream. Got a lot of shiny hunting done. No success today, but that's fine. But yeah, probably stream tomorrow. Past that, I'm gonna figure out as I do it. Again, I know I have that schedule that I sent you, but who knows how that's gonna change. But yeah, thanks everyone who watched. I'll see you guys next time.